It's no big secret that big, powerful gaming notebooks eat a lot of watts and fart out a bunch of heat. Even the most robust cooling solutions can't disobey the laws of thermodynamics and have to let the CPU and GPU climb to outrageous temperatures that threaten to reduce the lifespan of not only these components, but of all the components around them. For this issue, the solution is simple: on paper. Shove cool air up the notebook's ass and hope for the best. There are several of these notebook coolers out there, but only one that I have found so far that actually works. Let's take a look at it.
Slap Tech.
This then is the Llano Laptop Cooling Pad. Full disclosure, Llano reached out and sent this unit to me for free. It comes in 3 flavors: black with pretty lights for about $117, white with pretty lights for $120, and black without pretty lights for about $110. That's a lot of scratch compared to, say, this guy, which I paid about $30 for, has 5 fans, and doesn't do shit except raise the notebook. This thing raises the notebook, actually cools it, and acts as a 3-port hub. Just sit the notebook down on the foam pad, strap it in, turn it on, and watch your temps drop at least 10 degrees in the lowest setting. Want even lower temps? Turn up the fan speed. It really does work, and that's all you really need to know, but now it's time to get into the details. First, let's see what all those holes in the side do. On the right is the 3 USB-A out ports, the USB-C in, and the power hole. These are great for external keyboards, mice, and controllers, but don't get too excited about the speed of these ports and expect flash drives to transfer files as fast as being plugged into the notebook itself. Instead, think of it as an easy way to facilitate your coming and going. There's no other way to operate the cooler except to tether it to a wall juice dispenser. The AC adapter is quite proprietary and has a rather short cord length of 4 feet 9 inches. It shouldn't be an issue if setting it up as part of your regular office space, but this does hinder the portability. What also hinders the portability is the sheer size and weight of the thing, which at 6 pounds is slightly heavier than this 15.6-inch elephant of a gaming notebook. As you've probably already noticed, it has RGB lighting with 4 different presets where the solid color modes have 4 colors to choose from. If you've watched this review up to this point, then you've seen them all. The brightness also can't be adjusted, which is as radiant as the highest setting on this MSI GE66 Raider. You can also turn the lights off and use just the fan, as the good Lord intended. Blowing extra air up a notebook's crack, or cracks if you will, comes with it the possibility of dust getting into the notebook. Have no fear, the Llano cooler utilizes a dust filter and comes with an extra one out of the box. Clean these at your own risk and let them dry for an extra long time, or just be safe and buy the 5-pack of additional filters for $17 on Amazon. How long they last depends largely on the environment in which the cooler dwells and if the adjustable legs are being utilized, which have 2 settings, the longer of which I have to use a small flathead tool to unlock. I wish I could find these on Llano's Amazon store. You'll have to search for them separately. And completely missing are replacements for the memory foam platform, which is easily detachable and thus not impossible to lose. Now on to the real meat and potatoes of the review. Does the thing actually work? Oh yeah, it works. I recorded an average CPU temperature drop of 10 degrees on the lowest setting of 300 RPM. I consider this to be the most stellar achievement of the cooler, as it can actually reduce the overall noise pollution of the entire setup by preventing the notebook's fans from spooling up. With further tinkering of your notebook's fan curves, a lot of good can be done between 300 and 800 RPM to keep the atmospheric disturbance down. The next best mode is at 1000 RPM. It's here that I consistently recorded 15-degree CPU temperature drops in 2 different games, Final Fantasy VII Integrade and Deep Rock Galactic. At this RPM, all notions of noise reduction should be thrown out the window. It's definitely as loud as the MSI GE66 in full fan speed mode. To the credit of the notebook cooler, the sound frequency is in the mid-range of the spectrum as opposed to the shrill upper range of a gaming notebook. pushing the notebook cooler over 1000 RPM is absolutely pointless. The fan spins as fast as 2800 RPM and vomits decibels as high as my Toyota Corolla driving down the freeway at 70 miles an hour. In my testing, going over 1000 RPM didn't make a significant difference in CPU temps. I saw a 2 to 3 degree drop on average, but nothing more, even at max speed. Something important to remember is that lower temps do not automatically equal more performance. Even with this thing on full blast, the MSI GE66 didn't give me better benchmark scores because I never overclocked it, which is an important step in the process. Other notebooks might automatically show better frame rates due to excessive throttling under normal circumstances, but this notebook surely did not. For the bottom line, is the Llano notebook cooler worth adding to your gaming notebook setup? If you've always been at least a little worried about the temperature of your notebook and it's stationary for most of the time, then absolutely yes. It's totally worth the money and won't let you down. Will it find a place in my personal setup? You betcha it will. This GE66 is my main stationary workstation, and having the notebook cooler run at minimum speed is no bother at all. I'm not going to combine it with my mobile heartthrob, the Asus G14, because A, it doesn't fit it, and B, the cooler isn't mobile at all. It doesn't even fit in my notebook bag, which is big enough for a 17-inch notebook. Suffice it to say, I'll definitely be doing a long-term review of this notebook cooler in the future. I'll be sure to let my audience know if the fan stops working, a light goes out, or if the electronic governor short circuits and I can attach to my Corolla and shave a whole second off its quarter-mile time. This has been a review of the Llano notebook cooler. Find it using the links below. If they still talk to me after all my political commentary bullshit, there might be a 5% discount code down there. Stay tuned for a review of a tiny little ThinkPad that doesn't even fit inside this cooler and doesn't even have an air intake on the bottom, so it doesn't matter anyway. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Let me know if you have any questions about this cooler in the comments below. I'll definitely be able to answer most of them. If I don't answer within a couple of days, make a new account, give a really shitty answer to your own question, and watch some asshole correct you within 5 to 10 minutes. Yay, Internet. Thanks for watching, and you guys, have a good night.